What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another happy hour. We got Lucci, Greg, and myself. Man, tonight, every night, every week, I'm gonna be trying out a new ready to drink beverage, ready to serve. It's a new category. It's expanding all the time. I think they're pretty good if you're going out to a tailgate or going out of town. Let's say you're going to a hotel, spending a few nights at a hotel instead of buying all this, all the drinks, buying to make a cocktail. They already got them made. Like this one right here, I'm gonna be trying this the Pina colada by Copa. I haven't yet tried a Pina colada. There's very few pre-made Pina coladas that I kind of like. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how this one goes. You know what I'm saying? But and then of course we're gonna be talking about the Seattle Seahawks going there, the 12th man, and all that good shit. Breaking down the matchups as we see fit. So before we get started and before we hit the intro, what's going on, Lucci? What's going on, Greg? How y'all doing?
I'm doing great. The weekend almost is here. Dolphins, we haven't seen them play in like a week. It feels we get some Dolphin football this Sunday.
What about you, my man? How you doing?
Doing good. Just waiting like Greg, waiting to see what happens Sunday.
Yeah, man, we gotta. And listen, new quarterback. He's been in the system for 3 years. Let's hope he learned something while he was, sitting and,
So in honor, I'm doing the Don Julio Primavera.
Okay, that's what's up. Hell yeah.
Hey, this is good for those of you that like tequila. Comes in this nice orange box. It's not bad. A little bit on a tad on the expensive side, but worth it.
Hell yeah, Don Julio. Hell yeah. Especially even the Blanco is expensive, or somewhat expensive for.
Yeah, the Blanco. I can't do the Blanco. I got to do the dark. This is actually a Reposado, but it's like the 1942 of Reposados, so it's not too bad. Otherwise, I just do the Anejo.
I tell you what, this ain't that bad for ready to drink.
Ready to drink, huh? You like that? That's Heartburn City for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. The sweets. Oh yeah, it's got to have some Tums or something close by.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. I'm one of those guys that if I look at a damn McDonald's commercial at night, I get a heartburn.
Yeah.
Just looking at the commercial and shit. But anyway, let's get into the intro, man, and we'll be back.
I know you heard me on the radio flexing. She loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K. I know you heard me on the radio flexing. She loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K.
And before we get started, of course, let's give a shout out to Scott Jackson, first one in the building. What's going on? Mount Defense, all the way from Hawaii. Aloha. Adam Sadowski, member. Joined the membership. I joined the membership, and I love seeing the videos that Larry makes behind the scenes. We got Jason G, Fred Dunlap, Casa Nostra, and of course, yes, sir. Skylar time, man. It's Skylar time. What do you guys think of Skylar Thompson? So, what do you think we have hope with Skylar Thompson, or?
I believe in him.
Yeah, you believe in him?
If you would have asked me Skylar's rookie, I would believe it. I still believe in him. I'm gonna believe in him no matter what. But from what I've seen in the preseason, I'm not too optimistic. We need Mike McGeek to actually be Mike McGenius. We don't need McGeek. If McGeek shows up, then I have no hope.
Bro, McGeek is who he is. I mean, that pretty much the reason we didn't win that playoff game in Buffalo with Skylar at the helm was due to his shortcomings.
Yeah, not getting the plays called in on time.
Yeah. But and I'm not saying by any means Skylar lit it up, but he played efficiently enough that he kept us in the game. You know, what else could you ask?
I know.
I feel like now that he's had a lot of time and you know, he's been studying, and then the run game. I mean, ultimately, these screenplays that McDaniel calls, Skylar can complete those.
Yeah.
You look at preseason, who's he playing with? At that point, when he comes in the game, he's not the only second stringer, you know. He was playing with third and fourth stringers on the line, the receivers, everybody, even though he's playing against the other ones too, but still. So I'm excited to see what he can do with, you know, all the weapons. And I'm glad that it happened the way it did. Not glad, but I mean, if it was going to happen, an injury to Tua, that Thursday, he got a little bit more time, Skylar did, to prepare.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shake with the first stringers. Get them first.
Yeah. Excellent point, by the way. You know what I mean? He got to dive into that playbook. And at the end of the day, look, you look at, I'm not comparing him to Jordan Love, but Jordan Love was holding the clipboard for 3 years. And, you know, when he finally got his chance, he's taking advantage of it. You know, he's playing with the ones now. He's taking reps with the ones. He's no longer being a practice squad guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Working with the practice squad. So he is. I think he's gonna get his fair share. And you know what?
Bless
I think one of the things I point out is the fact that the reason they brought in Tyler Huntley was to kind of put the pressure on him. Not saying, hey, listen, we're going to give you – because I think they would have got Jameis Winston, like you said, and I wish that was the play. Skylar Thompson would not have been the starter. But I think by getting Tyler Huntley and let him know that, hey, you got the job, but there's somebody behind you with experience that could take your job if you're not careful. Don't blow this moment, because if you do, there's somebody waiting in the wings to take your job.
Is that thing out of my car now?
Huh?
There's a moth in my car.
What do you mean?
Like there's a moth flying around in my car. And
I don't know.
He's lucky he got out of here, because if he didn't get out of here, he was about to be dead in 5 seconds.
Don't panic for the moth.
I was about to pull over. He had 5 seconds. I was about to pull over and kill his ass.
Oh man, what's up, Dolphinaire? A main man, Dolphinaire. That's how we need to be. We need to be a Dolphinaire, not Tua-neer, not Skylar-neer, Dolphinaire. Goddammit. So, you know, but some people, it is what it is. Yeah, man.
Hey, Frederick Dunlap made a good point. I'm sorry to cut you straight, but there was a lot of there was a lot of drops that game. There was a lot of mishaps that game, and I'm not saying Skylar didn't have any, but yeah, I feel like I'm excited to see what he'll do. Anyways,
and I gotta say this before I forget. It just popped in my head. We need, when Skylar's if Skylar's gonna run, or we're gonna do action bootlegs and stuff like that, can we have Skylar Thompson roll out to his right? Because every time I see it, when we have Tua's a left-handed quarterback, he rolls out to his right, and when you watch Skylar, he rolls out to his left. What are we doing? Wait, we need Skylar to roll out right, Tua to roll out left. What are we doing here? We're having them run to the opposite sides. It makes no sense.
Tricky.
Right now, Vegas is giving Miami plus 175. Seattle is plus 210, minus 210. Total, they expected, and the total points is 41.5. So,
what's the spread?
They don't
Seattle minus 2 or 1.5. I think
yeah.
He said.
Ow.
215, 210. Yeah, minus 210. Seattle minus 210. Miami plus 175.
I'll put $100 on that. Shit, give me that.
Yeah.
What's his name?
You think it's going to be over or under 41 points?
I'm going to go under.
Yeah, I feel like under might be the play too, but I'm not necessarily going to do a parlay. I'm just going to bet $100 that Miami with the points. I mean, I know Seattle had a good year last year, but I wasn't sold on Geno Smith, being this. I'm sorry, man. When have you ever seen that he's somebody that was just mediocre at best, not serviceable, question mark, and then become, just a fantastic quarterback? I've never seen it. And I just felt like he had a good year. There wasn't really much tape on him because it had been so long since he was a starter. And he did good. He aired it out last year. They gave him all the money in the world. Not all the money, but, for a guy like him, gave him all the money in the world. And now that's right, Frederick. And then they got their running backs hurt. They got injuries over there too. Metcalf hasn't been the same guy that he's been, in recent years. I know he wasn't last year. I had him on my fantasy team, so I paid close attention to him. He isn't that guy like he used to be anymore. And
him and Ramsey have had a rival ever since they built a little rivalry since he was with number one. He was with the Rams. So
I know Walker's hurt. He might be back this week. They're running back. I don't know if he might be out to check, but yeah, Cosa Nostra, I hope he does tear off the braces. I mean, this is it. This is his shot. It's a good chance, and it's a good warm-up game because, it kind of sucks that we have to go to Seattle. Normally teams don't travel good, and that we're going from. That's probably the farthest we have to travel. I mean, it's not probably, it is, than anywhere else that we'd have to go. That's like totally from the bottom northeast to the top southeast to the top northwest. That's the only bad thing about it. But Mike McDaniels likes to pull up early to get the jet lag gone.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go to Seattle early to go sightseeing.
So
hopefully they don't go sightseeing, unless they're going to check out Kurt Cobain's grave and over there to the great Kurt Cobain. Other than that,
what they need to do is visit a fucking Starbucks, get their asses energy, get a little turbo shot.
Do that, But it's another 4:00 game. These late games kill me.
Hey, so on a side note, real quick, this is off topic. Being that you're from Miami, right? How would you compare Cuban coffee to Italian espresso?
There's nothing as powerful as Cuban coffee, a real Cuban coffee. I drink Italian espresso all the time.
That shit powerful too, man.
It is, but there's nothing. Cuban coffee it's liquid cocaine. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, that's why many have coffee in Miami.
Yeah, you know how it is. It's real. The people why it comes in the small cups because that's really all you need. It's not it'll give you the jitters. You drink too much of it and make you feel bad.
Yeah, you get it all.
Italian espresso strong too. I'm not saying by any means that is, but it's not like the Cuban coffee.
I love going to Dunkin' and getting me a nice espresso shot.
Yeah, I always get an extra shot of espresso when I'll get a cappuccino or something. Only once a week. Do it on Saturdays.
I tell you what, cappuccino is delicious as fuck. I don't give a fuck what nobody says.
Yeah.
With nice little vanilla and cinnamon. Coño. But at any rate, here we go. Here are the overall PFF. I got PFF this year just so we could deep dive into the bullshit. According to PFF,
Cafe Bustelo was a strong thing too, Mr. Finisher.
Oh hell yeah! By the way, so you know how they had Starbucks coffee, and like in the grocery store with you could buy it and make your own Starbucks, whatever.
Yeah.
Boom.
Now listen, I was just gonna say when I was on vacation, I used to drink freeze dried Cafe Bustelo, and you can make it as strong as you want. It's crazy you brought that up, but mine was in a pouch. But yeah, that's it right there.
Yeah, I buy this shit at Publix, dog, and I have this on the weekend when I especially when I got lawn to do and on my lawn and whatever.
You put that in there, you stir it up a little bit. That's it.
Hell yeah. Mr. Finisher in the building. What's going on, guys? So anyway, so their overall power rankings, right? Right now, Seattle is 17th, Miami is 16th. Power rank defense, Miami is 28th, Seattle is 4th. Power rank offense, Miami is 6th, Seattle is 3rd. SOS played, whatever the fuck that means. Miami 17th, Seattle is 31st.
Strength of schedule.
Oh, yeah, strength of schedule. Okay, Miami 17th, Seattle's 3rd. Okay, thank you, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Offensive snaps, Miami has 76.5, Seattle has 75. Run plays, Miami 37.2, Seattle 36.2. Pass plays 62.8 for Miami. Seattle was 63.2. So, of course, yeah, that's here's the stats for Geno Smith with his PFF grade is 83.9. We're not gonna do tours, obviously, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Passer rating when the pocket is clean is 102.5. Passer rating under pressure is 82.4.
Say 82, 82 for?
Yeah, 82.4 when he's under pressure. So that tells you we need to get some pressure on him. His power ranking is his power rating is 3.5, and his power ranking is 13. So
yeah, I feel like another thing about our defense. Thank you. You know, we got some new players.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we lost somebody that was an anchor to the defense, and then we got the new coach of the defense. So I feel like we haven't really seen how good our defense is going to be or not be yet, because everybody it's still all new.
Yeah, and
again, nobody plays the preseason, so these are our first two games. Are unfortunately the one against Buffalo. Excuse me. You can't get a practice game against a team like Buffalo. They've been together for a while. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I feel like even if Tua would have stayed healthy that game, chances are he got smoked anyways.
Yeah, he would have got smoked even if he didn't get a concussion. It was already too late. I think the momentum was all Buffalo's.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, you know what? I think to be honest with you, looking at the game, unfortunately, I always watch the game. I think they took the foot off the gas. If Tua had been still on the field healthy, I think they would have kept the foot on their accelerator.
Yeah.
I think they saw what happened with Tua, and I don't want to say they took pity, but they really didn't put in more effort, because I think it would have been way more than 31 points.
Yeah, Frederick, you got to score points to help the defense, or at least get some long drives. Yeah. I mean, even if it comes down to a defensive game, your offense has to muster up some sort of a drive to get the guys rest. The positive is we won't be in Miami where the heat will be taking a toll on us. Monty Fins, how you doing?
What's up, Monty?
But yeah, I feel like I don't know. We'll see. It sucks that the injury happened, because I've been saying the whole time since last year, we don't play our guys in the preseason. That's a Mike McDaniel thing, and it's, to me, I get it that it's a long season and all that, but you can't start the season and not have real-time reps under you. That stuff they have in practice when you got the mixed practices, it's not the same, man. Jacksonville they played their guys a lot in the preseason, and you see how they smashed the gas on us at first. That was the difference to me. And then we kind of
I can see like I can see with the third game. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to play them on the third game. No one does, but at least
right, game. Exactly. That's how it's always been, Shake. But there used to be 4 games, so the first game you don't see too much of them. The second game a little more, and then the third game you would see the starters in damn near the whole first half, if not into the third quarter. And then the fourth game, maybe one series, if any at all. But now there's only 3 games. I mean, you got to get some real-time reps. So now we're trying to get our real-time reps in real time. And, unfortunately, it hit us. You can't do that, especially when you see Buffalo on the schedule week 2. It's like, dang, Why would you? So
They
we got
kinda
our warm-ups
underestimate
in.
'em. They kind of underestimate Buffalo a little bit.
Shit, I don't know how they could. They ain't beat damn Buffalo in how many times, you know?
Yeah.
We're like 1-27 against Buffalo. I've always hated the Jets. Listen, the Jets has always been my most hated rival because in like the 2000s, there was a point they beat us like 8 straight. They swept us. Like it was an outrageous. I think this is when Pennington was still their quarterback, but they beat us an outrageous amount of times. And I hated the ever since then. I've hated the Jets. I think that's they may still had Curtis Martin, and they had all them guys. Wayne Sherbet, I think was his name. Bringing up old stuff, but I've always hated the Jets. But now it's getting to the point where Buffalo's taking a strong. I might have to make them my arch nemesis now, like Dylan. I don't know where my guy Dylan is. But
Yo, what's good, Bones? How you doing, brother? Good. Thank you for coming by. If you're on Twitter, come to YouTube, man. Check out. This is where the conversations happen. So, hey, real quick, shout out to my boy Bones. Fuck you. That's how we do, man. That's Bones is like, you ever see one of those dudes, those people coworker, you just see like, hey, fuck you, man. That's Bones right there. Fuck you, Bones. That's my man right there, Bones.
Bones looks like he's a Hurricanes fan too. That might be another reason you're mad at him.
Nah, I'm good.
Bones, you ride with the U or what?
Yeah, he rides with that mid.
With the winners. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
That's why, man, I just hope the Dolphins get it together, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just terrible because, again, I feel like we didn't have that preseason. So these first 2 games was a get right, you all day. That's what I'm talking about. It's all about the you.
You say you all gay?
Absolutely not. Man, we don't rock like that over here.
But go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, but at the first 2, we got these first 2 games to get everything right, and then Tua gets hurt, so that's a setback. But we'll see. I'm glad we got. I'm not scared of Seattle. I feel like I'm glad, and I wish Seattle would have been on the schedule sooner rather than Buffalo, so we could have got the warm up game from them instead. Even though we're traveling way over there. My guy Greg's on the computer.
Hey man,
handling his business over there.
Listen. You know me, Doug. I don't know if you. I'm sure you know. You know me long enough to know that I think funny is funny, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's at my expense, funny is funny, right? So I say that to say this, but continue. I have something I want to share with you guys. Let me just.
No, I wasn't saying anything. Let's hear what Greg. Greg, what do you think
Greg.
about this whole Seattle? You nervous about Seattle, or you feel good about Seattle?
I'm not gonna lie. I think we can win. I will be nervous for the first half. Not gonna lie. I think if we can have the lead going into the second half, I feel like we can win this game. I feel like we need Mike McGenius. We can't have Mike McGeek. If Mike McGeek shows up, we might as well just pack our bags and go home because we're not winning.
So let me ask you this, Greg. If you're the head coach, if we win the coin toss, are you kicking or are you defending? What are you doing?
I'm taking the ball first.
You're taking the ball first?
Skyler come out here. We're going to go down and score, make it 7-0. We're going to take Skyler.
Boost up Skyler's confidence.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like our defense is better than our offense right now. So I feel like our defense can get a stop to start the second half. I think if we go up like
you out there? Yeah.
17-10, 10-7, 10-3, I'll take it. I'm giving Skyler. I'm letting Skyler play with confidence.
Shakes, what's up, my guy?
Hey, what's going on, my brother? How you doing?
I'm actually doing good.
Good to see you.
I never got to meet Greg. That's my guy.
Greg,
look, this is the baby AVG that we let go back to Minnesota. That's AVG's little cousin right there.
I thought you were saying I thought you were gonna bring AVG back to Miami. I'm like, hell yeah, let's do this.
All right, bud. I love you. Call me if you need me.
I will, sir.
Okay.
Hey, but real quick.
Sorry to interrupt you, Greg. Sorry about that.
Greg, real quick. Hold that thought real quick. Now, like I said, I think funny is funny, right? So with that being said, I got confirmation about Tua's jiu-jitsu instructor. Here he is.
Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty accurate.
Yeah, that was his jiu-jitsu instructor. It's just coming out now. This is the guy who taught Tua his jiu-jitsu.
Damn.
But go ahead, Greg. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but yeah, we need to get the lead to go into the second half. I feel like we got to get Skylar playing confident early. I think we got to run the ball. I feel like Seattle's got some good cornerbacks that can shut Waddle and Hill down. So we're going to need Braxton Berrios. I don't know if he's still with us. Robbie, I believe we released Robbie Chosen. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Malik Washington, Grant DeBow, whoever that clown is. The third receiver is going to have to sit up. These third and fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh receivers are going to have to step up. I think we can win. I'm going to be nervous the first half. I'm going to believe in Skylar.
Yeah.
I think. We need Mike McGeek, Mike McDaniel, Mike McGenius needs to show up. Mike McDaniel needs to show up, not Mike McGeek. If we get midfield, if it's like 4th and 8 at midfield, don't go for it. Punt the ball, because Jake Bailey, honestly, I know we crapped on him a bunch last year. Kind of is doing pretty solid this year. If you're in field goal range, let Sanders come out and kick it. Do not kick 50, 40 yarders, because Jason Sanders is a wild card. Get field goals when you get points, punt the ball, and just don't be stupid. Get the play calls in early so that way Skylar can make the adjustment.
I'm sorry, dog. This is a pause moment right here. David Long is committing to the wrong host. Hey, man, I had a problem when I put it in the wrong hole. Good stuff, man. Pina coladas, man. You like pina coladas?
I never had a pina colada.
Oh yeah. Well, I think you're legal enough to get yourself one.
I mean, I don't drink much, so.
Yeah, but if you do, make yourself a fresh. Go to a bar and get yourself a pina colada. Don't get none of these pre-made shits. At least now.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, they have virgin ones too. So if you like, because a pina coladas used to was when it first came out, it was a milkshake for kids. But you know how grown-ups are. They love to fuck up shit for kids. They add rum to that shit, and there you go, pina colada. Man. Thank you, some dudes. Appreciate you, Casa Nostra. Shirley Temple, hell yeah. That's a non-alcoholic drink too. As a matter of fact, Shirley Temple was a great actress back in the 1930s or 40s, whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think, like I said, here's the part that people got to realize that this is teacher versus student. Remember that Mike McDonald was the defensive coordinator for Baltimore, so he was an assistant underneath Mike McDonald. So that's gonna be a little familiarity between the two teams.
It didn't Anthony Weaver and Mike McDonald coach on the same staff last year?
Yeah. He was the defensive coordinator for the Ravens, and Anthony Weaver was his D-line coach.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So hopefully, I think right there, I don't know. You know, at the end of the day, look, he's not. I don't know if he's going to be the play caller for the defense in Seattle. You know, a lot of times we see these guys become head coaches. Doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to run the defense.
Yeah.
So let me ask you all this question real quick. We'll start with either Greg or Anthony. If we fall on our face, do you think that Mike McDaniel should give up the play calling and give it to, let's say, someone like the quarterback's coach who had a lot of who has experience calling plays.
I don't know who the quarterback. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with everybody in this chat.
Yeah.
Now, my close friends, like here, Dylan and them know. Harry, he hasn't been on here in a minute.
Yeah.
This is the first off season in a long time that I didn't even care. Like I wasn't excited for the season. I was like, I wasn't invested in it. Like I really just didn't even care, man, because I felt like we took. Larry's been saying it, but this was my feeling too. Like we took such a step back. Last year, I feel like was the best chance we had to like really make a splash, and I feel like we took too much of a step back on defense. We lost some guys.
Mm-hmm.
The new defensive coordinator, it's like every year with us, man. It's getting a new defensive coordinator, a new offense, a new this, a new that. And then everybody said, well, it takes time for guys to gel and for guys to get to know the system. And it's always a waiting game. So I was like, man, we really just took a step back. So I don't even know. And I'm embarrassed to say as a Dolphin fan. I don't know.
Darren Bevel.
So he's been there.
Yeah, Darren Bevel. Yeah, he's been.
Okay, yeah, okay. I thought it was a new guy. Yeah.
No, Darren Bevel. He was with the coach.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was offensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks when they won the Super Bowl. He worked with Brett Favre, so he worked with a lot of good quarterbacks, and he's an experienced offensive play caller. Look, here this is how I feel about the situation, and I've said this multiple times. Look, you're a young head coach. Master being the head coach. Once you master being the head coach, you could take the play calling reins back. Once you feel like, hey, listen, I'm good at calling challenging plays. I'm good at managing the time clock. That's the thing about the head coach. You can take the play calling back. It takes a big person to say, hey, you know what? Until I master my position as a head coach, you take the play calling. But as soon as I get comfortable in my role here, I'll take the play calling back. I'm not saying give it up and never look back. You know what I'm saying? I say give it up for now. And as soon as he masters what it is to become a head coach and get the little things right, then you could take your play calling back. But for now, give it to somebody who has a vast amount of years of experience, and that's Darren Bevel. That's what I'm saying.
I'll say this: if there's a complete disaster with the play calling, if we fall flat in our head, this offense looks like garbage for the third week in a row, I will be the first to jump on that train. If I'm seeing Mike McDaniel still getting the play calls late, if I see these Skylar roll out left, instead of rolling out right, if I see just the same garbage we've seen the past 2 weeks, then I will be the first to jump on that train. Mike McDaniel is just, he has too much to worry about, I feel like. He's still a young guy. He's still a young head coach. A lot of stuff to worry about. I think, if we suck again on offense, Darrell Beverly, let's see what he's got. I'm sure he's got some tricks. And, I don't understand. Mike McDaniel, I don't know how he doesn't have, on the first drive, these. I don't know how he doesn't get these. I don't understand how he gets the play calls in late. I play Madden, right? I know on 1st and 10 I'm going to run. If I get a couple of yards, I'll go with a little pass play. I'm already thinking. I'm already good. I know if I'm down a touchdown, I'm going to go for 2. I already know if I'm down a touchdown, I'm going for 2. I'm going for 1. I'm not playing for overtime. Yeah. I know if it's tie game, there's 5 minutes left on the clock, I'm going to chew the clock and kick a field goal. It's not that hard. I don't know why he makes it so hard. I don't.
Hey, I'm sorry to say that. Hey, I'm sorry real quick. You ever seen Dumb and Dumber? Y'all ever seen Dumb and Dumber?
Yeah.
Remember that part where the people when they cut the bird's neck off, whatever, and then
sure.
he put duct tape on it and to make it whole again. Look at that! Don't that
put that duct tape on there? Yeah.
That shit reminds me of the little parakeet,
the blind kid.
Yeah.
He said he's really quiet. Yeah.
Yeah. Here,
Hey,
pretty bird. Here, pretty
know,
bird.
this is something I haven't heard anybody talk about that just dawned on me. I don't know who said what, but it made me think about it too.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a play call. So since Mike McDaniel's been here, right?
Yeah.
The first part of the season, we jump out on teams. And even if we don't, like last year, it was who was San Diego first. You know, it came down. It was a real no. That was the year before. I think San Diego, and it was a real nail biter. And then the year before we had Buffalo, and you know we had that crazy comeback in the fourth quarter, and then Baltimore, the crazy comeback in the fourth quarter, and we're putting up crazy numbers. And then in the second half of the season, just like anybody else in the history of football, them defensive coordinators get to like have tape on your team, and then that's when really you get to see who's who and what's what as far as being innovative and being able to continue how you've been. We always lacked in that area, and we couldn't.
No doubt.
You know, so now you look at this isn't what's happening this season. I feel like they got Mike McDaniel figured out. Like the week one against Jacksonville, we barely scored. I mean, if it wasn't, again, everybody knows if Holland didn't get that ball, maybe we're looking at a different record.
Yeah.
But and then Buffalo, you know, we stalled. We didn't really score any points. We haven't scored any points, man. And again, normally this is when even if we take a loss in the early part of the season, we're still putting up numbers. It's a race to see who's going to score the most points. This year, that ain't the case. And with Tua being hurt, that's what I'm saying, Coach. You know, it's like, but I already kind of felt like, you know, that was the case with him, man, because he could never switch it up. It's like he had his bag of tricks. He pulled them all out. And I said this last week, maybe hopefully he's just doing some lame stuff. Now he's trying to switch it up and say, you know what? Let me just put this okie doke plays out the first part of the season. And if we make it through, then I'm going to break out my new stuff the second half of the season.
Yeah.
And we'll match the gas. And if that was the case, you know, if you started playing chess instead of checkers, then Tua being hurt might put a damper on that. Unless,
but here's the thing, though, that frustrated me, okay? With the Jacksonville game, right? When we were playing straight up football, you know, mano a mano, we were moving the ball efficiently. When we started playing trickery and razzle dazzle, that's when we were getting behind the sticks.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, let me get this straight. We're running the ball. We're playing straight up football. We're moving the yards. You want to get cute all of a sudden, and we're down 5 yards. Make it make sense. You know what I'm saying?
He's been doing that.
So
and then this going for it. I've been. You can go back and watch these shows
twice on that drive.
Yo, since he came
in our territory, in our fucking territory.
Since he came to our team, you could go back and watch videos of me on here complain like, "What are you going for?" Like he always does that. And then like now, hopefully, man, I don't know. I just feel like, man, AP Ryan says just good at sounding smart. McDaniel, I don't even think he sounds smart. I can't stand to watch an interview with this guy, man.
Listen.
So
hey, here's the thing. They said Brian Flores was an ogre and this and that. I watched all his press conferences because he gave it to us straight. I can't watch this guy's press conferences.
Yeah. No, I mean, I was watching on.
I used to love when Brian Flores would tell off a reporter. That shit was like you would tell him go. You know what I'm saying? That shit was masterful. Our reporters are ass. I'm sorry to say this.
Yeah,
but
they're
our
all
reporters are ass.
Well, I'll get to the reporters in a second. I was watching the TD stream when he was listening to press conference. Mike McDaniel was just rumbling. And I told you guys, these reporters are a bunch of geeks. They're a bunch of geeks, man. They ask softball questions. They don't ask hard questions. They're soft. They're happy to be there, and they're afraid. Yeah. They're afraid when they do their stupid, silly reports that they're afraid if they speak out, they're gonna get their passes taken away because they're afraid to speak up. Our media team are a bunch of geeks. All these media reporters are geeks. No one asks us hard questions.
Actually, I like Adam Poupart.
Especially that geek Joe Shad. I hate Joe Shad. Every time
too.
we hear that guy, it pisses me off. I hate that guy.
And him and they both write for the same paper, the Palm Beach Post. How Habet, he has dumb questions too. But the ones who ask the best questions, in my opinion, are Louis Jacques, Alan Poupard, and Barry Jackson. Those are the guys that ask the tough questions, especially Barry Jackson. Hey, in the comment section, if you have who do you think is our best beat writer and our worst beat writer?
Well, right now, Jay Miami Sports is our best beat writer because he says there's rumors going around about Mostert getting traded for a quarterback.
God damn.
So I'll say this. I love Raheem Mostert, and I feel like it's a shame, a cold shame. I've been critical. Everybody knows this too. Go back and watch the video. I've been critical of how Mike McDaniel abandons the run. And I always felt like he did it to try to boost Tua's confidence. Like,
shout out to Jay Miami real quick, but go ahead.
His whole shit was to just make sure Tua's confidence is good because it was broken after Flores. But we'd be running the ball fantastic, and he'd abandon the run. And I feel like Mostert, he's been in the league a while, and he found a home with us. And I really feel like last year we had an offensive line. Tua didn't get sacked that much. And maybe they weren't the greatest at pass protection. But last year's offensive line was superb with the run game. Superb. And Mostert, it reflects in his stats and some of the accomplishments he achieved. But if we did lose Mostert, I feel like this kid Jalen Wright, I feel like he's the truth, and we got what's his name, Achan, he's the truth. I mean, we got a bunch of running backs. Jeff Wilson, he came in there in that Jacksonville game, and I know, be it was late in the game and he had fresh legs, but whatever the reason, he came in and did what we needed him to do: drop that shoulder, get them hard yards. Wilson's good for that. I like Wilson a lot too. We have a whole bunch of good running backs. So if we could, if we use Mostert because he is getting older, to get it, and we could, make a plus in a position that we need, I'd be all for it, depending on who the trade was for. I'm not saying just trade him for any old body, but
The only question I would ask is who's.
That's right. That's what I'm saying, Bones. We had a fantastic run game, bro. The year before that, too, Bones. Man, we'd be running the ball fantastic. It was just Mostert and Wilson at that time, but they were both running 5 yards a clip. And Mike McDaniel would just abandon. He outthinks himself, man. He got too much. That's right, Coach. So with H.N. and Wright, we got a good future with running backs. And then we still got Wilson has been in the league a little bit, so he can teach them, but he's still a muscle guy, get them hard yards. If we decide not to pass the ball, who knows?
And listen, I'm not a big country song fan, and I made this point before. I'm not a big country song man, but there's a country song. It's called "Love Like Crazy," and in that song, "Love Like Crazy," one of the lines he said is could be applied to anything in life. Never outsmart your common sense. And that's what McDaniels does. Outsmart his common
frequently.
sense.
He does it frequently.
Yeah.
We already got rid of Robbie Chosen, the chosen one. We can't get rid of Raheeming the Dream and Mostert, bro. I think I'd be a little heartbroken. No, I'm kidding with that one, but
I don't know where everybody listen. I know Chosen, he's been in the league a while, but if you're all Dolphin fans, you remember Robbie Chosen used to gas us when he was with the Jets. This guy he'd be all down the field catching these 30, 40, 50-yard touchdowns. one game, I've hated him ever since. He caught it. He had like 2 bombs down the field scoring, and he went into the touchdown club, them seats behind the end zone, and posted up in one of the chairs. Man, this guy isn't terrible, man. But we don't need receivers because only 2 guys get the ball with us. And up until this point, this is something else I'll say. I was messaging my friend Robert. He's a good friend of mine, Rob. I was like, "Yo, is Waddle hurt or is he still on the team?" I don't think it was the Buffalo. It might have been the Jacksonville game. I mean, there's only been 2 games, and I went to bed mad early. Once Tua threw that second pick, so I had to be the Jacksonville game. They weren't even throwing the ball that way. Tyreek, or screen. It's like there has to be, Mike McDaniel has to have the mindset of, I'm just going to keep it, I'm going to dumb it down and just do the easiest low-key play calls I can do right now for the first half of the season, and then mash the gas with my mastermind plays the second half of this. That has to be what's happening. I mean, we'll see.
So, real quick, though.
Yeah, the best game, Mr. Finisher. It was years ago. Now, it might have been, I'm talking all this shit about Geno Smith. It might have been Geno Smith at the helm, Mr. Finisher, when he was doing that. Because I don't remember who else was the quarterback for them at that. It might have been them and Rex Ryan. When we needed to beat the Jets the last game of the season in Miami, and we're in. I was in the touchdown. I wasn't that game because I was in the touchdown them seats, and I'd have dumped my beer. I'd have been kicked out if he'd have come and disrespected our shit like that. I'd have went into Green Bay Lambeau Leap mode. You'd have got all that if you'd have come there when I'm there, lock me up and throw away the key.
You remember what Jason Taylor did to that Cowboys fan?
Yeah,
he ripped off his
banner. Straight up. I mean, we don't have that. If I'd have been there and he'd have been in them seats, man, I'd have doused him. And if he wanted to fight, we'd have fought, and I'd have got locked up and whatever. But man, he was just balling on us. And so when we got him, I was like, and he had to play with Denver. Who was it? Mike White, I think, was quarterback when we were beating on Denver. And he had a great play with that game. I'm pretty sure that
with Chosen. Him and Chosen.
Maybe it might have been Mark. It could have been Mark Sanchez, Finisher. You might be right. It might have been that. It's been some years, and I've had some drinks tonight, so maybe it was. I don't know. I just know he embarrassed us a few times. It wasn't just that. It was a couple times. That one game, he had a couple of back-to-back bombs over Baghdad and scored on us. But it was another time like, this is fucking, who is this guy, bro? And then, he's home team. He comes from South Florida, I'm pretty sure. So it was
But real quick, I'm gonna give y'all a quick brief history lesson. Dating back to their time as AFC foes, the Dolphins is leading right now the series 8-5. Seattle has won the last 2 matchups, including a 31-23 road win at Hard Rock Stadium in 2020. So
2020.
So
I want to say we beat them with Ryan Tannehill.
We also lost that game where fucking Kenny Stills dropped that fucking touchdown.
Kenny Stills, this guy. I want to say when Tannehill was here, we beat him one time, and that was when Russell Wilson. I think Tannehill beat him one time, and then we lost.
Now we're leading the series 8-5. So we played a total of 13 times. And we're leading the series right now. So who knows? It could be 8-6, 8 to. We'll see. Yeah, man. But the matchup I'm looking forward to seeing the most is definitely DK Metcalf with who's this?
Ramsey.
Ramsey, yeah. That's gonna be the matchup.
Should be easy work, man. Metcalf ain't been. Do they still got what's his name over there?
Tyler Lockett.
Lockett.
Yeah.
He's the truth. If anybody, that's who Ramsey needs to be on. Damn, DJ Metcalf or DK Metcalf.
And by the way, color. Shout out to Color Commentary. I don't know if you know who Color Commentary is, but he's one of the people on the tailgate. So anyway, he was saying that back 2 years ago, there was a former Hurricane cornerback that he is now balling for Chicago, was on the board, and we picked Cam Smith instead.
Cam Smith. I haven't heard anything from this guy.
Yeah.
You know,
again,
I mean,
I don't care if you're a Cane, Gator, or Seminole. What you do on the Dolphins is totally. If you could help the Dolphins win,
pick them.
You're pick them. Heck,
damn right. I don't hate on Ramsey just because he was a damn Seminole.
No, exactly.
Shit, I wish we could have got him in his prime and had him over here. Shit, that's when we would have still had X. Imagine that if we have Ramsey and X.
Oh hell yeah,
that'd be just like Surtain and Madison again.
Hell, hey, listen, we both hate the Seminoles, and we're pounding the table for Jameis Winston. That should tell you all you need to know.
Yeah, listen. I'm telling you, I wish they would have went and got Jameis Winston. Mm-hmm. This guy, Snoop Huntley, whatever, Tyler Huntley, man, I'm telling you, Winston is who we need, man. Mike McDaniel's a goofy guy. Jameis Winston is a goofy guy. Oh, Suicide Hotline. Oh, yeah, you were over there where there's some good things to talk about. Sorry to bring you to the depression channel over here, Mike.
Hey, shit. Hey, what are you talking about? This the happy hour. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we're happy, but we're happy. It's a fake happy. You know what I'm saying?
It's a liquor. It's you know how they say liquid courage, liquid happy.
It's a fake happy over here, my guy.
Liquid
it ain't
happy.
fake that. Let me stop. You know, we still have.
We have that. We instead of liquid courage, liquid happy. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Liquid happy in a can.
Tyreek Woolen. I don't know who that is. AP Ryan. Tyreek Woolen.
Listen, everyone in Madden loves Tyreek Woolen. I like Tyreek.
Who is that? Greg, who is it? Give me the, I'm old. Catch me up.
He's a cornerback from UTSA. He was drafted in like the 6th round. He's a very fast guy.
Who does he play for?
Seattle. He's 6'4". He's fast.
Okay.
He's
a rookie?
No, he's like a veteran. I think this is like his 3rd, 4th year. One of those.
What position does he play?
Cornerback.
Cornerback. Yo, they had a cornerback. I can't think of his name right now again because now I've had a few.
Hey, listen, not for nothing, but this sounds like he raps for Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah, I could go for that. Tyreek. What the hell was that guy's name, man? That he was the cornerback for Seattle, but they had another storied cornerback.
Yeah, that was when the Legion of Boom.
Nah, not the Legion of Boom. This is before them. This is when they went to the Super Bowl. He locked up Steve Smith. He locked up every damn body. The great receivers they had. His brother ended up playing too. I can't believe I can't think of him.
What do you mean that's wrong?
I can't think of his name anyways. That's the last good Seattle cornerback that I know of. Anyway, except this guy you guys are talking about. Mm-hmm. His brother ended up getting drafted a couple years later. He wasn't as good as him, but he was
all I know is we definitely have our work out for us. We gotta. I think that's the longest distance between two cities, Seattle and Miami.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a polar opposite, you know.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I'm happy though. I like I said, I'm excited. At least now I get to see maybe it's something different. I just hope McDaniel had a contingency plan for the next man up in case Tua got hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, because if he's just wants to make Skylar Thompson fit into the Tua Tagovailoa box, and all the same plays and everything, there's got to be something Skylar's better at than Tua. Nobody can convince me that there isn't. I know there's some guys that live and die by Tua. I seen a guy today. I'm not even going to look it up to say put his name on blast. This guy had earrings with Tua's face, and on his wall he had like the Dolphins Digest. I haven't seen that in years. I used to get it when I was on vacation with Tua on it, and he had his Tua jersey. He had another one hanging in the back.
Yeah, damn.
And he's I'm gonna send you the video, Shakes. I ain't gonna put him on blast on here.
Yeah, no doubt. Please,
God bless him. Because everybody's got their own, but the Tua earrings, it's his face. It's just like a fat head, pictures of fat heads like that. Earrings, I was like, so there's guys like that. I say that, there's
no
guys
doubt.
like that believe Tua is the greatest thing on the planet Earth when it comes to quarterbacks. You can't tell me that there's not a strength that Skylar Thompson has that Tua doesn't. So hopefully in all these years Mike McDaniel's been there and Skylar's been there, he's been paying attention and drawing up stuff saying, okay, God forbid Tua goes down. We got Skylar, and this is going to be the play, the playbook for him. If that's not the case, then we're in trouble because, you can't expect somebody to, mirror somebody else when they don't have the same attributes. Let's see what my guy Michael K has to say. I don't want to point out the obvious, but there are a lot of Dolphin fans excited about plucking a practice squad quarterback to run the offense. That means he is almost a 65th. And I'm with you, Michael K, because I said the same thing. He might have been, they say, Pro Bowler. I don't know. I remember when he was, he come in to replace somebody. He did pretty okay. He was serviceable. That happens when you come in and there's no tape on you and there's a surprise factor, which is that's what I'm hoping for right now with Skylar Thompson. But if he was indeed that good, again, I've had a few drinks, so I can't think of names right now, but I can think of some situations, Michael K., where that happened. You had the guy that came in for Green Bay, and they played Detroit, and each of them quarterbacks had like 6 touchdowns that night. What the hell was his name? I want to say he ended up getting a huge contract in Seattle.
No doubt.
That happened with him. I can't think of his name. And, so what happens? This guy never even got a contract after his, great stuff. It might have been someone's Make-A-Wish. I wouldn't know.
No doubt.
I hate what I'm doing right now. These instructions I'm reading make no sense.
Yeah, what's that?
Well, I'm doing this homework for my class, and you basically just have to read the instructions and follow it step by step. These instructions make no sense, so I basically use Google because this makes no sense.
Damn.
Flynn. Thank you, Deuce Goose. Flynn. Matt Flynn, I think. That was that guy. He did it. And I'll tell you somebody else who did it that's a little more known of a name.
Shout out to John. Hey, John from Seattle. Are you going to the game, John from Seattle? Because you are from Seattle. Let me know, please, Deuce Goose. Let me know if you're going to the Seattle game. But go ahead.
Brian Fitzpatrick. He's another one. Came in to and ended up Fitzpatrick got the best agent ever in the history of agents, because how many $60 million contracts did he get? But it started him coming in as a backup and doing his thing. Matt Flynn. And there's some other guys, man. He said he'll be there, Shake.
Okay.
Hopefully my guy got a Skylar Thompson jersey. I'll send him one. I don't know if I have time to get it there. I'll buy it for you.
And hopefully we can see you on one of these panels, John. Long time no see.
I might have just figured it out.
Anyway,
and listen, I'm about to wrap this up.
I gotta do some.
Yeah,
I gotta get in contact with some stuff about my brother, but
but anyway, man.
Good seeing you.
Hey, by the way, RIP to your family, man.
Thank you.
I seen that video. That shit had me hit goosebumps, man.
Man. He was a bozo, for a lot of years, but it's still my little brother.
No doubt.
So, Nick Foles is another one. Thank you. He's another one that got a contract. And there's somebody else, Mr. Finisher. I'm thinking of. I can't think of his name. Maybe I'll bring it up when we come back on. What do we do our show Tuesdays? Tuesday.
Larry, Lucci, and G.
Okay.
Hopefully,
Greg, good to see you, Greg. Keep up the good work with school, young man.
All right. So, any final thoughts,
I
Greg?
love you, brother.
Final thoughts. Yeah, man. I don't know if I probably will be late on Tuesday. I got an exam first one of the year. That's going to be fun. I got to prepare for that this weekend. But I'm excited. I'm so excited to see what we got. We haven't seen Dolphin football in 10 days. I'm excited that we're getting Dolphin football back. It's been far too long, but I'm not expecting a win. I'm just expecting to have a little fun, see what Skylar can bring. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what Skylar can do. Maybe if Skylar sucks, we see Huntley, and I'm excited to see him. But it's Skylar time, baby. I think we can win this game. I'm going to go 20-17, the final score. We're going to win by a Jason Sanders field goal. And it probably will be a 52-yarder again, maybe even a 60-yarder because Mike McGann likes kicking long field goals. So we'll probably end up kicking a long field goal, although I think that's bad. But we're going to win thanks to Jason Sanders once again. And we're going to be 2-1. And we're going to be coming back home for Monday Night Football. Of course, another primetime game.
Another late game. I know. It makes me sad.
Against the Tennessee.
Yeah. Remember the Titans.
I'm going 35-10. That's my
Who's winning?
35-10 Miami. I'll never publicly get on here. I'll never privately admit the Dolphins are going to lose. It's against my religion. I might talk my shit and say I don't like the coach, I don't like this, I don't like that, but you'll never hear me say that the Miami Dolphins are going to lose. I've never picked against them in a football pool. I've lost a lot of money, because of that. It's just not in my blood. So anyway, 35-10. I think it's 35-10.
I'm going to say 24-17 Miami.
Said 24?
No, 28-17.
Okay.
Change it up.
So we're going perfect. We're scoring 4 touchdowns. No field goals.
I say we're going to do two field goals and a 2-point conversion.
Okay. There it is.
There you go. So that being said, man, hey, listen, I appreciate you, Lucci, as always, for joining me this happy hour. Hey, next happy hour, I am going to be sampling a ready-to-made strawberry daiquiri. I'll give you my opinion. This, I would say, out of 5, I'll give this a 2 out of 5. Doesn't really taste like a pina colada, but it gets the job done. 20 for the win. Yeah. So, that being said, hands up, everybody.
Hey, thanks to everybody in the chat. Peace to everybody, man. Good seeing you guys. Okay.
I know you heard me on the radio flexing. She loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K. I know you heard me on the radio flexing. She loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K.